On this Junior's Gasoline Alley, we're taking a look at this Ford Ecosport that I have here. I've had this as a loaner vehicle while my vehicle's been at Ford, and I've grown to actually really like this car. Didn't think I was going to when I was first given it, and I'm going to go over some of the things that I've learned about having this vehicle for the past few days and let you know my thoughts. So the first thing is the size of the vehicle is quite a bit smaller than I would have expected. So this vehicle is sized up pretty similar to, say, what a Ford Fiesta would be. And if we're being honest about it, it's really just a Fiesta that's put on a lift kit here. So it rides a little bit higher, but it's a nice small hatchback. And one of the neat things about it is it's actually got a 2-liter 4-cylinder in it. So what's neat about that is this is a very rare car these days in the economy side where it doesn't have a turbocharged engine. And you can actually notice that when driving because it's got some decent power to it, but it actually turns back 29 miles per gallon, which is pretty significant. Now, the looks on the vehicle do look nice. The mirrors and everything all match up with basically the rest of the Ford product line. But one thing I really like is this SE version we're looking at, which is a more basic trim spec. Still comes with projector headlamps, and it actually comes with daytime running lights. They're blinking because of the refresh rate of the camera, but they're solid on there, and that LED look really makes the front end look nice. Now, the SE trim of this car also is going to run these 16-inch alloy wheels, which look pretty nice on the vehicle. And the overall scheme is not too bad. Now, one of the curious things about the vehicle is actually the hatch. So when I first got this, I spent some time trying to find the button for the hatch back here, but that doesn't exist. The button is actually just below what looks like the reverse light. And this is actually your handle. So if you push on that, the door will actually open up, and it opens to the side, which reminds me of things like an older RAV4 used to do that. And on the inside, there's not a whole ton of space, but there is enough to be able to put a few different things. And I really like that they have this deep cutout. I can almost get my hand in there as far as how deep that is. And that basically is going to allow for some extra room in the back of the vehicle. Now, another nice thing that's on this one is this is actually set up with an easy fuel cap. I've actually gotten super used to this kind of thing. You no longer have a fill cap that you have to take off. Just the nozzle goes straight in, which is a nice thing. And then the interior is not too bad. There's enough space. I've got the front seat where I would sit. And if we slide in here, because of the cutout, if you take a look, my knees actually don't touch the front of the seat. Not that I'm that tall, but you could be a little bit taller and still have plenty of room behind yourself. Now, in the interior, we've got a pretty nice looking steering wheel. This is the same as some of the Ford Focuses. You've got your infotainment unit in the center, and then over on the side, you've got a little cubby just above the glove box. And up high, this car actually comes with a sunroof, which is really nice. You've got sliding cover for the sunroof. The sunroof can both pop up as well as retract back. So that's pretty nice to see. But another neat feature is a lot of economy cars don't have seat back pockets, which this has driver side and passenger. But more notably, on the passenger side, there's also this spot, which would be great for putting in mail or whatever you might need to have in the front of the car. Let's hop into the driver's seat and I'll show you what it's like to drive this vehicle. So at about 75, 80 miles an hour, I'm impressed with how quiet the car rides. It handles pretty well. The Android Auto is such a nice thing to have. And visibility is actually quite good in this vehicle. You can kind of see all around. The greenhouse is pretty open. I like the way this thing drives. So having commuted about an hour into Boston here, definitely think that this is it's a pretty nice place to be. Behind the steering wheel, this does feel pretty nice. That greenhouse, like I talked about before, you can see out. I really like that it's got a sunroof, just a nice airy cabin, and it is so eerily quiet when your auto start stop is still enabled because the engine's not even running. So it's nice and quiet here. Definitely feels very nice to be in this vehicle. Considerably better than I was expecting. I really do like how this drives. It's super comfortable. So we're gonna take a side road down this this narrow Boston street here, and this is where the size of this vehicle is going to shine quite a bit more than that Ford Raptor that's behind me. But so through here, you know, it fits just fine through this little one-way street. And I think a lot of people would be getting this EcoSport for exactly what we're doing here. So jump through this 2 lanes of parked cars. Looks and works out nicely. Again, that Raptor behind me definitely doesn't have much room on its sides, but there is plenty of space for this vehicle to get through these little side roads in Boston here. So as you can see, both city and highway driving, this vehicle works out pretty well. And let's take a look at its window sticker. So like I said, outside it gets 29 on the highway, 23 in the city, which is quite nice. And the sticker on this particular EcoSport SE is not too bad at $25,000, considering just how well this drives and the fuel economy. So thanks for watching this video with me on the Ford Ecosport. Go ahead and let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And while you're at it, leave a thumbs up. It lets me know you enjoyed the video.